Warning: this Let's Play may contain discussions including, but not limited to, sexual references, drug use, and violence. It will certainly contain vulgar language and radical lunatic left-wing discussions. It is not intended for younger audiences. Okay, welcome everybody. Well, my hair is a mood, isn't it? So, my hair is so thick that I have two awkward hair phases. Like, one of them is like right now, where it's like so thick that it just wants to kind of stick up like a poof ball. And then it'll last until it's like long enough to be heavy enough to weigh itself down to actually, you know, adhere to my head. And then the second one is when it starts getting a little longer and it gets a lot of curl to it. And it will like have a bunch of cowlicks and curls and everything until it reaches about a little past my shoulders. And then it'll be heavy enough for the curl to be weighted out of it, and then it'll go completely straight. It's so frustrating. Anyway, welcome everybody. This is Thorn with Game Design Lexicon. You will notice that today I am not only in night mode, but we are not playing the scheduled game. I wasn't here yesterday. I was exhausted. Didn't get any sleep. Didn't get quality sleep, I should say. I slept. It just didn't do anything for me. Same problem last night. And when I woke up today, I woke up at like 4 a.m. And then at 4 a.m. and stayed up until about 6 and went back to bed. And then woke up when my alarm hit at 10. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, there's no way. And laid in bed for like another 15 minutes. Decided that I was going to cancel my stream. I got up enough to do all the stuff that I normally do when I cancel, like, you know, take it off my Twitch page and all that kind of stuff, you know, cancel it in the Twitch stream settings. And after laying in bed for like 15 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep. And it's going to suck to be like completely up. Like yesterday, I slept all throughout my stream time. I woke up at like 4 p.m., like around the time I would have normally finished. And today I couldn't go back to sleep, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just stream. Yet, today on the schedule was a new game. I was supposed to start a new retro PC game, right? Yeah, no joke, X-Ben. And that was the game that I was going to play was a completely new game to me. It was a Mike Singleton game built in the World Builder engine called J.R.R. Tolkien's War in Middle-earth, where you basically, you know, guide a group of hobbits across the fucking old country or whatever it is. And I couldn't. So I decided to play something that I'm familiar with. I started up on this again. I was playing this for a while. Cultist Simulator, that is. My goal was to get all the achievements in the game. And currently... Here, let me pull this up here. Currently, I am at 55%, right? These are all the achievements for the game. And right now, I'm working on getting all the, what they call the romance achievements. And I started a game last night just to kind of get a hang of it. It's one of those games that if you don't play it regularly, it's kind of hard to get back into. So I started again and decided that I was going to get started one more time. So let's purge my save. Let's start over. So we're starting from the beginning. I do have a few mods installed, which it'll be obvious once I get started. Commenting, I had something to say about the MAGA simulator. Oh yeah, no. I can't remember what it was now. God damn it, I should have said it right when I came on. That way I would have remembered. Anyway, so we are playing Cultist Simulator, and as I stated to X-Man in the chat, this cult is a lot more educated and well-behaved. We actually read books and we don't burn them. So there is that. Anyway, so my goal here is to get all the romance ascensions, which basically means that you end the game with a romantic partner. And this one here is... so I have 3 more on power, 4 more on sensation, so I'll probably do a power one, in case you've never played this game before. Let's go ahead and begin. So, immediately pause the game. You'll notice a few things. First off, I have all this, like, framing and stuff. What these are is they're card sorters. They make my cards go into specific locations, so I don't have to worry about them all that much. Which is very useful. Another thing I have is this thing where, like, when I place a card in and then start a process, you'll notice that I have 10 seconds to go, right? Normally, you'd unpause it and just wait for that to finish. Well, I have a mod that automatically fast-forwards that until it finishes. And there's 2 different settings. There's one where it'll fast-forward the time all the way until one of these action tiles finish. The next action tile finishes. And then another one that'll fast-forward it until card status changes. And I use the status change one constantly, so like I'll hit it now, boop, and it's done, right? No waiting, no nothing. And what that does is it allows the game to speed up, so you don't have to wait for everything, right? And also, yeah, X-Band, I'm glad I'm here too. I kind of needed this. That's one of the reasons why I decided that I'd stream anyway. And I was looking into this game, so I remember somebody commented on this a while ago. I can't remember who it was. I think it was like maybe Retro Homebrew. I'm not entirely sure. But I was reading the update notes for this because they stated that this game looks remarkably like Fallen London. In the Fallen London series. And I was reading through one of the updates, and yeah, the guy who made this, it's a different development company, but it's the same guy who did all the graphics for the Fallen London series. So he was so the Fallen London series was originally made by one guy, and then the dude hired another guy to help him out on it, and the guy that helped him out with all the graphics and stuff is the guy who did this game, right? Great series, so that's why it's so closely related anyway. So another shift at the hospital, I get fired. Now I'm gonna start going through this fast. The first goal is, of course, to get my abilities built up a little. We're gonna do that by starting with unskilled labor. Let's see. And then now we have passion. Now, unskilled labor is not going to earn me very much money, and eventually I'm going to want to get more money, but I'm not going to want to do that until I have the ability to... have a little bit more ability, that is. I'll show you here. So, health is exhausted, putting it into my dreaming thing, and I'm also getting some new study ability. So, very, very initial part of the game, right? The cool thing about it, I'm going to go ahead and immediately do my studying. We're going to do that with passion. And that's going to give me temptation power, which is what I want. We also have a collaborator and directions to the bookstore. Though before that happens, it just gave me another vitality. So we're going to go ahead and use that and get our first tier of vitality. And what that'll do is that'll give us an extra strength point, and it'll prevent us from getting wounded more while we're working, right? So, let's see. More vitality, my health. I should have regenerated that. 30 seconds is how long it takes if I manually regenerate it. But actually, no, I take that back. So let's go ahead and let that time out. and I'm not going to go back with work. The funds are going to run out quick, and even with using health as my job, it's not going to really earn me enough money, right? So let's do this. Health. Let's put both of them in, and that is another mod that I have. It automates your employment, so anything that's like a repeated loop, like labor, it prevents you from having to throw them all back in all the time. So now it'll just sit there and earn money for me until I tell it to stop. And hopefully my funds won't deplete. Like I said, the strength job really doesn't earn you enough money to support you. And that'll be one of my first priorities, is getting past the strength job. Collaborator, and then... let's see... and then Morelands. Okay, so now we got the bookshop. Now we got our first occult scrap. We got our hanger on, so we could start our cult, but I don't want to. I want to wait until I get more aspects, because I don't want to start a cult with the 2 aspects that I have, right? So what I want to start a cult with is aspect edge, which helps me in combat a little bit more. So let's go ahead and throw these vitalities in here. Get our strength up 1 more. And then also... yeah, so right now what we're going to concentrate on is increasing our abilities. Because we need to use a reason to get a job. And, of course, we're going to be looking out for all the other caveats, making sure that we're not falling to the normal stuff, right? Luckily, the strength stuff comes pretty easy when you're using a physical job, because it gives you vitality every time. Yeah, bleak thoughts, dread. I need to worry about that. So that's going to be our major money expense right there, because if this gets too high, if my dread, my bleak thoughts get too high, and I'm getting close to, you know, offing myself, then I'm going to have to spend money on that, right? So let's go ahead and end our job for a second, because we're going to need the little strength thing in there in just 1 moment. Do our next vitality. Hey, we got some contentment, right? Nice. So there goes the despair. Okay, let's go ahead and get one of those healths back up. So now I'm gonna, once this study is done, I'm gonna use that to... okay. I should have 2 vitalities now, right? I can take my strength, go boop, and then use those 2 vitalities and get yet another strength point. And that'll keep me alive a little longer, which is nice. Okay. Also, one of the things that I could be doing right now is let's take this occult, throw it in the talk thing, and we can start to gather potential followers. They won't be followers. Uh-oh, health. Health is a pain in the butt. Sickness. Luckily, I'm currently working vitality, so health. I'm going to have a lot of vitality to be able to get rid of it without having to spend money, right? So let's start our job back up. Next, let's work on reason. We want to increase reason at least 2 times, just like we did strength, right? And we'll increase them to the max later. So I keep thinking that I'm saying so a lot. I definitely apologize if I like get kind of scatterbrained. So I'm going to be kind of scatterbrained today. I did take my ADHD medication. I also took, I have like 2 different types of ADHD. I have a slow release over the day, and then I have a quick release that you can take for times where you think you might need it because you're like really slow and sluggish. And I took both of them, so I have all the pep I need, including the caffeine that I'm currently drinking. Also, I forgot to enter my name. So let's start off with my first guy, Thorn. Boop. Though that won't really matter in this game. Chances are, even after 4 hours, I'm probably not going to get to my goal. And I seriously doubt I'll die. I'll be shocked if I die in this game. It's been forever since I've died and not ascended. Actually, that's not necessarily true. I played one the other day just to get back into the game where I died. But I was just kind of relearning it. There's just a lot of this game that when you pick it back up, it's very fidgety. It has a lot of systems and everything, and if you don't remember them specifically, and even while I'm playing them, I still need to consult the Wikipedia regularly to be able to remember all the shit that you have to do in this, right? So, reason again. What's sucking up my passion? Oh yeah, that's right. I should have did passion first before I started looking for more followers. As a matter of fact, after I'm done with reason, let's go ahead and hang off on doing anything else. So right now we're taking all the potential followers we find and putting them down here, just kind of out of the way for now, because we won't be starting our cult until we get that blade aspect, right? And we don't have enough money to start pumping into Moorlands just yet. Soon. Okay. So there's our irradiation. Now we can get our... Dude, I keep looking at myself in my little screen here, and like my hair sticking up is just cracking me up. It looks almost like I have a mohawk or something. I don't know. Let's see. Boop. Boop. Green screen. Yeah. I'm not going to turn on my lights, so anyway. Okay, so I'm not going to look for another dude yet because it sucks up my passion. And I want to increase that real quick before that happens. Okay. So now we got our scholarship, so let's work on passion real quick. And you'll notice I'm going a little fast on this one. I've played this on stream before, and I think the first time I played it, I was actually reading the story aspects to it. And I've already done that, so if you're watching this now or even later, feel free to go on to my previous playthroughs and go through where I actually read the storyline to it. Not doing that this time. So, what are we doing? Oh, yeah. Looks like we got some dread building. Always want to keep an eye on that. Or despair. Not really worried as much about the fascination yet. That one's going to go pretty quick because I'm not doing anything that would drive it, right? Okay, first thing, passion. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and look for more followers. Get that out of the way quicker the better. Okay, how are we doing? Want to make sure nothing's getting out of control. Okay, so now we have our next level of passion. Let's work on our next level of reason. And that'll give me a free passion just in case, so I'm not tying it up with learning. That dread's been hanging there an awful long time. So we're gonna do 2 of these. Oh yeah, that dread's about to pop off. Let me throw some money into opium. It is in times of especial crisis. I might visit a discreet pharmacist to purchase a tincture of opium. And that's what I'm doing. It is the 1920s, so I'm guessing that kind of thing was more common. I know. Opium was like huge after the Civil War. Like everyone was getting addicted to it after the Civil War. And opium gives you contentment, oddly enough, which I guess, you know, and that'll abate some of that despair that I have building. Okay, one more reason, and then we'll be done with reason for a while, and we can work on passion. Back to building up dread. Okay. Looks like I may have to spend more money on opium already. And if you'll notice my funds, I started off with 10 from the initial package I got, and I now have 9. It basically shows you that the physical labor that I'm doing is earning enough to sustain me. It's not earning enough to make money. Like, I think it makes money just, like, slightly faster than you use it. So, if you go without a job for a little while, or you have to use extra money for something like opium, it'll deplete your funds really quickly. And right after I'm done getting my passion up, I think we're going to look at remedying that. And get a better job. Uh-oh. That means we are getting despair up a little high. So, get some opium going and have to spend a little bit more money. Okay. And I am doing a timer today, so I will be taking my breaks as normal. I'll probably be chopping this up and posting it next week, since I only have one game this week that I've actually played, which was Crosscode on Wednesday. Boy. Okay, so... And what's cool about having all these guys ahead of time is I can, once I get my cult made, I can just recruit them straight up. And it'll be pretty straightforward. I should probably also dream with my passion and get my first card, start building up some... What do I use dream for? Yeah, let me do that. Oh shit, I don't have, god damn it. I'm gonna have to... Where is that lore? Oh, it's in my mouth, that's right. So, once I get done talking to the person about the lore... I need to make sure that I put it in my dream. Oh, wait a second. Don't I need I think I need a knowledge lore for that, not a... What is this? Needing passion? Oh, god damn it. And now we got an affliction. I always put that directly underneath my dream, because I know when it's available, that's how I get rid of it. That way I never have afflictions go too far. More contentment, that'll help. Okay, let's get rid of this. As long as we're doing the physical job, we'll always have enough vitality to cure afflictions and injuries. But once we actually get a money-paying job, then we'll end up paying money for it because we won't have as much vitality hanging around. So yeah, I can't start dreaming on the Mantis until I get some more knowledge. So we'll have to wait on that. I thought I could do that now, but that's not going to happen. And the way I'm, like, chittering off everything, I'm sure it probably sounds like I'm insane, which I guess is the point of this game. It almost sounds like I'm talking a foreign language if you know a lot of the terminology for the... Like I said, the game's really involved. Learning the game is not easy. It was a fairly deep barrier for entry for me for a while. Like, I could never get past a certain point in the game. Until I finally just hunkered down and decided to learn it, right? Okay. Let's see. Funds are staying up, so that's good. No more despair. No more affliction. Every so often you'll see me just pause and kind of check everything out to make sure I'm not missing anything. Because when I'm not doing the timer thing and I'm just kind of fast forwarding it like I'm doing, you can easily miss shit, which sucks. So you always want to make sure that you know what's going on. Okay. More passion, and then we'll be done with that. And from there, oh, she's not a follower. And from there, we can start working on a better job. Unfortunately, in getting the better job and getting more money, we're probably going to get the little policeman guy on us. The member of the whatever, the guys who chase after you. I can't remember their name right now. It's this game's equivalent to the Talamasca from Interview with the Vampire. Or, well, I guess the Talamasca is technically in Vampire Lestat, Queen of the Damned. Okay. So to recap, this 30 minutes, since our timer's almost up, we have spent this 30 minutes building up our abilities to a rudimentary level. 2 levels each, so we don't croak it, and we have a little bit of extra ability. Next, we'll be spending on getting a better job, which I think we're going to start now. Okay, so yeah, now we have 3 points in every ability, right? Let's work on getting another job. So let's stop our unskilled labor. And the way you stop those loops, again, that's a mod, is you throw in passion. It does use the passion, so the passion will actually come out needing to regenerate. That's fine. So, boink. Or exhausted, I guess is what it is. And then I'm going to work on reason. And that'll get me a job at clerical work, right? The fruits of my labor. Okay. So we now have a job. A junior position at Glover & Glover. My intellect should be put to better use, but the pay is better than a laborer's work. Right, so we're going to attend this job. We're going to throw some diligence in it. Now, where we need to get with this is we need to get it back into the routine that we were in with the labor to where we can just have it loop. Which is going to take a couple go-rounds, right? And while we're doing that, we can continue to get potential followers. This will also earn us enough money to where we'll start getting a little bit of surplus and we can start collecting books. Because you'll notice now our study icon is now kind of idle. And we could be using that for something. Okay. So, and of course, the bad thing about the Glover & Glover position is you have to work it every so often. Or it, see, I'm better paid than I was, but Mr. Alder has taken an interest in me. I think this is... Oh, no, it's still... Is it in a loop? It said loop. I'll have to wait and double check. Okay. Okay, yeah. So now we're in a loop, right? For our Glover and Glover. So it's just going to sit and earn us money. However, it's not going to earn us enough money. And the way that we're going to get it to earn us enough money is we're going to take our health, we're going to throw it in, search the city, and we're going to look for a thug. Let's see. That is a break. This is Storm with the Game Design Lexicon. We are currently playing Cultist Simulator for the PC Windows platform. Not our normal game today, but and something that I can at least handle without feeling like mentally drained. So let's go ahead and take a short break. If you like our content here, make sure you give us a subscribe here on Twitch, where we do stream currently Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, noon p.m. till 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's GMT -6. Or, of course, you can catch us over on YouTube after the fact. Just hit the subscribe and the alert button to know we're coming out with new content. You can also hit our About to get our other social media platforms. We're going to take a short break, and we will be right back with some more Cultist Simulator for the PC Windows platform.